You don't lose money on ads all at once. You lose it over a slow bleed, and you don't even normally realize it's happening.
Sudden you're like, where's all of our money? And you're taking a 4x ROAS while you're making maybe $4 an order, and then you're wondering at the end of the month, why my bank account no go up?
You sold everything so damn cheap that you sold yourself out of business. There's no more Peter to rob to pay Paul. Peter is dead. Welcome to Follow the Yellow Brick Road, the show where online businesses learn how to turn clicks into customers and growth into real scale. I'm your co-host, Emma Rainville, the Wizard of Ops, helping companies transform chaos into systems that actually run.
And I'm Mitch Barham, the Wizard of Ads, the guy who knows how to turn paid traffic into predictable revenue. Together, we break down what really drives profitable online businesses, from traffic and funnels to operations, scaling, and everything behind the curtain. Because getting customers is only half the battle.
The real magic happens when ads and operations work together. So if you want smarter traffic, stronger systems, and a clear path to scaling your business, you're in the right place. Let's follow the yellow brick road. Today we're talking about the flying monkeys of paid traffic and how they slowly kill profits.
Yes.
You don't lose money on ads all at once. You lose it over a slow bleed, and you don't even normally realize it's happening. Nope. There's so many things to say about this, and a lot of it has to do with the numbers and understanding the numbers, and more importantly, understanding the numbers you need to look at. I don't think there's anyone in the world I'd like to talk about this topic more than you. So I would
stay off my soapboxes.
Hit it, bro. Hit it. All right, talk to me.
Oh, it's wild. I mean, where do we even start? Ads are great, but if you don't know your numbers, and there's so many freaking numbers to know. Like you said, it's a literal, it's a slow bleed out. All of a sudden you're like, where's all of our money? Well, you didn't know your cost, your customer acquisition cost, or CAC. You didn't know your CAC to LTV. You didn't know your AOV, your return customer rate, and your retention, your actual margins. You know how many people, okay, I'm getting on a soapbox. I'm sure you know,
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, it was going to happen. I get hyped about some of these topics, but margins, how people don't even know some of their, their actual margins. When I ask that, off the top of your head, how do you not know what your average margin is across your entire business? You rip us to pieces when we don't know this information.
Because it's ridiculous.
It is 100% ridiculous.
And if you're not monitoring, things don't improve.
Right. What's not measured can't be improved or something like that. Or I don't know.
What is measured, it will always improve, I think was the one that I heard. If you're the marketing guy, you should understand marketing numbers.
Right.
If you're the ops person, you should understand profitability and efficiency numbers. Mm-hmm. If you're the customer service person, you should understand your customer service numbers. Yep. If you're the CEO of the business,
you should know all the
your
numbers.
entire role your whole job is to 100% increase the value for the shareholders. Even if you are the only shareholder, your job is to increase shareholder value. That's your job. That's your role. How can you increase shareholder value if you don't know what your EBITDA is, if you don't know what your profit margin is, if you don't know your top line revenue, if you don't know what your expenses are, your payroll, the amount of people who have it's somewhere about.
Yeah, it's something no, not something like. We need to know the actual numbers.
And if you own the company and you're in charge of marketing, you should also know your marketing numbers.
Yep.
I can't hold it all in my head. Then you shouldn't be in charge of the company.
Right.
You shouldn't own a company then.
No, 100%. So, just start your customer acquisition costs. Please, for the love of all things holy, know.
What goes into the customer acquisition cost? Because this is going to be a fun soapbox for me.
Oh, well, basically, for those of you that don't know what customer acquisition cost is the cost to acquire a brand new customer. But you need to know what you can afford to pay to acquire a new customer because you got your COGS.
But half the people don't even understand what goes into that number. With a client offboarding, we were talking and I gave him his cost per acquisition. Mm-hmm. And so we offboard clients all the time. Our job is to come and fix things, get you someone far more affordable and cost effective for your business so that you can maintain. If you're growing, that's different. But if you're trying to maintain, that's not my bag. So we got things organized for him. And then I gave him all of his numbers. I wanted him to have them all. And he's like, that's not my cost per acquisition. He started telling me that his cost per his CAC was his CPA.
No.
And I was like, that's not, he's like, no, it's the same thing. It's interchangeable. And I'm like, no, you have to have your cost of goods sold. Your cost of goods sold, you need to have what it costs you to process that money.
Yeah.
Because that's not in your COGS.
Right.
You need to understand, broken down by product, what it costs you for labor. You need to understand what the ads cost you.
Yep.
And now we have your costs, your
actual cost.
Thank you.
Your real CAC to break even, like just even a break even CAC. This is what it costs. Knowing these numbers, like I love how you said every single one of those, because I literally had spreadsheets down to out the freaking door, box, label, everything.
You should.
This is what the product literally
This is why
costs
so
us.
many people are like, there's not enough month at the end of the money.
Yeah.
And I said that intentionally that.
No, literally 100%. End of the month, they're all freaking out. And it's like,
Right.
oh, well.
I'm making so much money. Where does it all go? I hear that constantly. It's because you don't know your numbers. So you haven't priced accordingly. You haven't applied resources appropriately. You haven't allocated funds to resources appropriately.
Yeah. And you're taking a 4x ROAS.
And you're taking
it's so great.
Right.
Meanwhile, you're making maybe $4
Right.
an order, and then you're wondering at the end of the month, why my bank account go
You
up?
sold everything so damn cheap that you sold yourself out of business.
Yep. Literally.
Great
All
job.
the time. And it's a slow thing. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, what do I do?
It's a slow bleed. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait, now all my credit cards are maxed out. There's nothing left for me to pull. There's no more Peter to rob to pay Paul.
Yep.
Peter is dead.
Yep.
Peter's dead. I actually said that one time. I was like, you can't rob Peter anymore. I killed him.
Poor Peter.
Poor Peter.
He was just.
What most people don't realize is, Peter and Paul are the same person. And that person
is
you. It's you.
Yep. You're robbing yourself to pay yourself. It's pretty amazing.
So that's an important number to know. What else?
Lifetime value. What is an actual customer worth over the lifetime?
And let's talk about what goes into that as well, because a lot of people don't understand that either. And so lifetime value is not how much they bought from you. Lifetime value is how much they've brought to you. So if you have an email list that you're sending them affiliate offers to, and that's paying you. I've actually had traffic sources that a marketing manager wanted to cut because it wasn't bringing enough on the front end of their products, if that makes sense. And they were great. It was Taboola ads. They were great on the affiliate side. They didn't want our stuff, but they liked our content.
Right.
So they stayed on they loved our goodwill. They just didn't want to pay for it.
Right.
There was too much out there, I guess, for them. I don't know. It was too saturated. I'm not sure. But the offers that we sold, the affiliate offers that we sold, for whatever reason, it brought us way more than we would ever get if we were selling them. It was actually kind of wild to watch. We ended up duplicating that list actually, and reselling them more stuff because they bought everything we threw at them except for our stuff. They just wouldn't. I think that for whatever reason, they just didn't want to pay us for the information we were giving them. The problem wasn't big enough for them.
Right. Yep.
And so you have to understand lifetime value over 6 months in all areas of ways that they bring you money.
Yep.
What do they bring you? Lifetime value is really important.
Because that then ultimately affects your CAC.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing. I mean, all these numbers tie together. And it doesn't matter what kind of business you are. You could be an information product, a service-based business, e-commerce, whatever. Like, you need to know what your CAC is, your LTV. If your service, what is your average, ticket? What is your average order value, essentially? And that's another one that people don't really realize. Like, what is our actual AOV? They're like, oh, it's like 42. I'm like, actually, it's 85.
Right. Well, most CRMs will only do the one line. Right. So in our industry, we sell things, you cash out, you get an upsell, you cash out, you get an cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Unlike an Amazon where it's all in one cart.
Right.
And it runs, even Amazon kind of breaks it up, but that's for different purposes. That's more merchant account from private seller to prime seller. But in any event, it's not like a cart that you see everything right there because you lose people. You're like, oh my God, wait, this is $1,000. This was $200 at a time. I didn't realize it escalated so quickly. So it cashes out over time. And so what a lot of the CRMs do is it gives you your average order value based off of line item, based off of checkout instead of the full. So you actually need to know how to take those order numbers on the back end, pull them into like a clip folio or something, and get your actual order value.
The hell, use AI.
You could, but then
It's kind of sensitive info, but
so if you're PCI compliant, you can't have like an N8N or something going straight into, right? I mean, I guess you could. It just kind of depends. It gets a little bit over complicated. I kind of feel like you automatically push a report that has order numbers in them, and then it takes any like email that's the same email on the same day and pushes it all into one. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then it just becomes one value, and then you push it into AI to get the output. But I mean, Clipfolio will do that for you. It's a little bit easier.
All these platforms.
Right.
I mean, and it's even on the e-com end, you can go create a report inside of Shopify, inside of WooCommerce. Like it'll tell you right there, but they don't know it.
Right.
Drives me nuts.
I know. I get 44 orders a day.
Speaking of 44 orders a day, then you need to know your return rate as far as like actual people returning your product or canceling your service. You need to know your churn because, again, you can sell a shitload through ads and have all these orders in your Facebook dashboard.
If expectations aren't correct, they will refund. And refunds are expensive, and you need to know what your refund, like the amount of times, we don't get very many refunds. And then in the back end of ours, because we do assessments all the time at Shockwave.
Interrupt this podcast to ask you to do a huge favor for us.
Huge.
We drop so much knowledge to help you guys, but you're not going to be notified unless you hit that subscribe and the notification bell to be notified the minute we drop a new episode to help you grow and scale your business.
Because you never know when we're going to be taken off YouTube.
You have no idea. Like I could all of a sudden be like Liam Neeson with a particular set of skills.
Also, we read every single comment. So
leave a question or comment. We will reply to it. And maybe we'll even talk about it in an upcoming episode.
Probably if you troll us, we will definitely talk about you in an upcoming episode. Thanks. In the back end of our assessments, we're like, you have a 12% refund rate.
It's huge.
That's way above industry standard. And then, of course, we go and look. As soon as I see a refund rate that high, I immediately go and look at the chargeback rate. And that's at 3%. You're about to be match listed. Yeah. Like, are you crazy? How do you not know this?
For those of you that don't know what match list is, you're in credit card processing jail for 7 years.
It depends. It does depend. It could be 3 years. It could be lifetime. I know a guy that got lifetime for sending himself friendlies.
Oh.
Idiot. 7 years after he stopped sending friendlies.
Dang.
7 years after he stopped sending friendlies. Yeah. He got match listed for fraud. And if you get match listed for fraud, another thing a lot of people do that get them match listed, not to go off on a tangent, but is transaction laundering. I have a company, you have a company, we're friends. I'll just sell your product through my merchant account and give you the money. That's not a problem, right? Anyway, not to get on a tangent, but go ahead.
Not a problem. Well,
more numbers. What other numbers should I know?
Your return customer or client rate, which kind of goes hand in hand with lifetime value to a degree, but like how often are they coming back? I mean, you're going to measure churn and okay, great. You're losing customers. You're getting chargebacks. You're having a refund, which, by the way, when you refund, you ain't getting the credit card processing fees back, my friends. So you're losing out big time. And then chargebacks cost you money, too. Yep. And you don't get that back even if you win.
And when you fight the chargebacks, you may get the money back, but now you have to pay the person, and that pretty much eats up all the money that you got paid back. There was one company I worked with. It was so funny. The chargeback company charged them $40 per chargeback, whether they won or lost.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. Guess how much the product was?
$20.
19.
Oof.
$19. You were very close.
Dang.
So you're paying $21 for the ones that you win and $41 for the ones that you don't. But it makes it so that I don't get in trouble on chargebacks. No, that's not how that works. You still have the same chargeback percentage. It doesn't reverse that. You still pay for the chargeback. You still what is why on earth it should be a percentage? Why would you agree to this?
That's wild. Yeah, that's totally wild. But your return customer rate, you can, again, acquire all these new customers or clients or service-based, whatever you are, plumbing. And if these people never, ever, ever use you again, you just paid to acquire somebody,
right,
most likely at a break even or a loss, depending on what you do. But you're not measuring that, you're not tracking it. And then, so now you're just constantly paying for a person to utilize you one time is going to slowly, through 1,000 paper cuts, bleed you out because there's no compounding growth. Like, I hammer retention. While I was walking through the Salt Lake airport, retention just drives me nuts. Like, it's another one of those soapboxes where I'm like, we acquire you 50% new customers every month, but your return customer rate sucks. Why? Well, I don't want to email them too much.
Because because 95% of their resources go into acquiring the customer, and none of it goes into delivering and servicing good service or products to the customer.
There's this idea that if we sell them once, they'll come back. No.
If we build it, they will come.
Exactly. Like, now that worked in 1922, but not in 2026. But
people need to feel important. People need to feel like you value their patronage. Patronage? No.
I don't know.
We don't know words.
Words are hard.
Words are really hard. But people want to feel like you value them as a customer. And people want to feel like you didn't take advantage of them in any way. I was just talking to a friend of mine in the space. He has I'm laughing to myself. He has a mentor program for sales. And he just recently got a refund. And the refund was because the person who he purchased this 10K, and he immediately reached out, and the guy said, hey, I'm too busy right now. And so he just kind of hung out and figured, we're talking about a couple of days.
Right. He'll
reach back out to me when he's ready. And he didn't. And so he's like, I expect a refund, was the next conversation that he had with him, because in hindsight, he didn't feel valued as a customer who just paid him $10,000. This guy thought, like, he's busy, I'll wait till he comes back to me, didn't think anything of it. But this guy thought, like, why aren't you reaching out to me trying to onboard me?
Yeah.
I told you I was busy at, a networking conference or whatever for a couple of days. Why didn't you reach out to me after that second day and say, hey, are you ready for me? Meanwhile, this guy doesn't want to make him feel overwhelmed. And I think that's a big problem you were just going to go into a tangent about, I don't want to email my customers too much. It's a really simple thing to navigate. Fucking add value. Don't constantly try and take money from them.
Yeah.
Create emails of goodwill and consistently give them value. Give, what their pain points are. You know who they are. If you're a halfway decent business owner, you understand the avatar. And so you give. And because you give all the time, you can take a little bit. We launched a product together, AI Workforce Lab. I launched a webinar for that on my email list. I've sent, I think, 2 invites, but the content that we're going to talk about on our webinar, I actually have created, I want to say probably 15 or 16 emails about agents, how to use agents, where I'm building them, what I'm using them for, and I'm just adding tons of value because I know that you'll continue to open my emails as long as the value I'm giving you outweighs the ask by tenfold.
100%.
And it's not hard to do.
No, it's really not, especially in these days. But it's.
And at the end of the day, if you're sitting on my email list rather, and I'm paying to email you, and you don't want to buy anything from me ever again, perfect. Unfucking subscribe. I don't have daddy issues. I don't need people to read my emails because I need that like dopamine.
Vanity. Yeah.
I don't need it. I have no ego whatsoever.
Right.
I have dollar signs. Like that's what I
Mm-hmm.
care about. One that I want to earn the money I make. Don't get me wrong. I
Right.
absolutely I want to feel like I've earned it. It's really important to me. But I also don't need like any like good job. Go get them. Like the
girl.
money you pay me is the atta girl for me. And if you hang out on my email and you absorb things and you learn extra things and I've created value for you, I deserve that.
Yeah.
So I don't, you know what I mean? Like, oh, anyway.
It's so simple.
So
Yeah.
they don't want
I
to
got
email.
Emma on a soapbox.
It's not hard to do.
Yeah, we're both easy on soapboxes.
We are really easy on.
Because we see so much of this stuff all the time, and it's
Right. And then you try and tell clients this over and over again. The beauty in running an agency, and it's so different from running a business.
Mm-hmm.
We both have owned our own businesses. We've both had a lot of success running our own businesses.
Mm-hmm.
We're both stupid.
SMRT.
We're stupid. We're stupid. Because we could just go run our own product-based business, make a lot more money for a lot less headache, but we have this like, I think we have different kinds of issues where we need to be needed in a different way.
Yeah, I can see
There's
that.
something in us that's off, clearly. And it's like, for me, I have multiple businesses. All of them make me way more money than Shockwave does. Every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the money earned, like that I keep, Shockwave's the least.
Right.
I spend the most amount of time in Shockwave. I love Shockwave. You don't ever really hear me talk about, like, name one other company I have.
Tidal Wave. I can only name 2 of your companies I know, and I know there's more than 3, but
Just 6 other than Shockwave. But you'll only ever hear me talk about Shockwave because I love it. It's my lifeblood. I absolutely love that business. I love working in that business. I love the value I add. It's a dopamine hit for me.
Oh, it's nonstop dopamine and strategy, and it wrangles our ADHD. I mean, I'm the same way. Like you didn't know the name of my other business. Nobody did.
I still don't know.
Yeah, see, she has no idea. But it's all agency stuff.
Sigma 5? Sigma? No,
not even close. Sigma Pi Alpha.
We actually just did a contract together where I had to put it on there a couple hours ago.
That's so
but
funny.
yeah,
Agency world lets us see behind the curtain.
but so many curtains. But so many curtains.
Yeah.
So our ability to navigate, see patterns, and create strategies that win is so much greater than the average person, only because we are behind so many giants.
Right.
It isn't us that's so great. It isn't us that's so smart.
No.
We both have high pattern recognition.
Very high pattern recognition.
We both have very high pattern
I figure
recognition.
things out really fast.
So me too. I can see things that I'm just like, I'm so confused why other people don't a lot of times.
Oh, me too.
But it's a big superpower of mine. And so because I get to work with so many brilliant people, and because they trust me, they let me see so much. Because of all of that, I'm able to say, hey, Mitch, this product you're selling, that's not going to work. I've tried that 8 different ways from Sunday. And yes, you should test everything, but we shouldn't spend a ton of money, time, energy, or effort in this until we test it, because I've just seen it 6-7 times by people who are 10 times better than you that it didn't work for. And so it's just really, it's a beautiful place to be, but it's also really sad because the people that hire agencies are usually people that can't lead teams because they have God complexes.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they have huge egos and everything has to be that they're brilliant in their idea. And so when you try and tell them what they're doing is wrong, it's like you could run at 100 miles an hour into a brick wall and it would be easier to break through than the mind of some of these freaking people. And it's and you have to weed them out, right? Like you have to, and we both do that, weed them out over time. Like I'll spend massive amounts of time on companies with owners that are willing to listen and implement. And that doesn't mean they have to go do everything I say, but they're willing to listen and we talk it out, we brainstorm, and they're willing to implement my ideas with theirs because they understand that they hired me because I freaking know better, you know.
No.
But right, I'll spend tons of tons of time in those companies. The second I realize that what I'm saying is falling on deaf ears, I'll try 2 different ways to, like, let me see if it's a communication thing. Once I realize I'm wasting my time, you're paying me to provide you a team, and that's it. I am not going to waste my time coming up with strategy. I am not going to waste my time, right?
I'm laughing. Well, I'm only laughing because literally in the office, because, you know, I have in-office employees, you know, the shrugging emoji when they got like their hands, and for those of you on not watching, I'm literally doing the shrugging emoji. It's turned into a like in-person meme in the office because, you know, you're just like running into a brick wall and people will argue. And I'm like, I've been doing this 21 years. And so I go like this, and it's basically, the do I know? like, it just reminded me of that. But, you know, there's a lot of numbers that everybody needs to know, but like those are like the core ones, especially that go into ads.
Right.
Like that.
Because
Really
you'll spend a lot of money on ads and you think that you're bringing a lot of money in, but you're actually dumping it all out. You're setting it on fire. And it's all because you don't know your numbers. You gotta know your numbers. And you gotta know your numbers per product.
100%.
And then per traffic source.
Per service. I mean, if you're doing deliverables.
Yeah, if you're right.
It doesn't matter if you're an agency, a plumber, HVAC guy, like you got to know all these numbers.
Right. You want to track it all just like you would an affiliate.
100%.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I hope everybody found this helpful.
I really think they will. We got some good soapboxes.
We did. If nothing else, we've entertained.
100%.
That's it for today's episode of Follow the Yellow Brick Road, where the Wizard of Ads and the Wizard of Ops break down what it really takes to build and scale a profitable online business.
If you found this episode useful, make sure to go to followtheyellowbrickroadpodcast.com to check out the Hidden Control Chamber for all kinds of awesome freebies, guides, checklists, everything that we do to grow businesses.
So hop over there and grab all those free resources in the Hidden Control Chamber. And remember, getting traffic is one thing. Turning it into customers that build the systems to support real growth, that's where the real magic happens. Until next time, keep following the Yellow Brick Road.